I am going to tell everybody this, and I'll actually type it right there with them, and then I'll reread it to them, and I'll say, this is what we've been working on, and this is what you've been doing. Do you remember? Don't you feel good about that? So, first of all, I'm spending time on my IEP. I have to do that. But you are pouring into your student. You are teaching your student what the IEP is and how they can articulate what it's about and how it applies to them, and they can even talk about what they're doing well, and they can put some teeth into it. They can get some ownership for it. Did anybody watch our panel the other night? Last week we had a great panel, and the panel were two deaf adults who have graduated from the mainstream in college, and they reflect upon their mainstream experience. And Kalina, who she's got a training in here, and she just is such a dynamo. She's just such a strong woman, and she talks about how people had IEP meetings without her, and it was so frustrating to her that they were talking about her and they weren't talking to her about her, and just how she wished that she would have been plugged into that much earlier. And Lakeisha Stanley from the Council of Exceptional Children gave this amazing phrase. She says she tells her students, I will never forget this because I think I'm going to adopt it forever. She tells her students, stop letting them talk about you and start letting them talk to you at the IEP for the IEP. So when you're working on IEPs and you're like, let's talk about, I need to fill out present levels. Let me look at your assessments right here. This is what this is saying. I'm going to type this in here. And you could even have them help read it. You can have them dictate it to you. You can have them plug into that. But then also when it comes to modifications and accommodations and all of that, go through it with them. But you could do it right there on the paperwork. And it's really great as the kids get older. Then you can actually have them, you could say, I want you, when we get to this part of the meeting, I want you to talk about this. And I want you to lead this portion of the meeting. Okay, well, they will have just helped you draft it right there. So that helps with the IEP. And and depending on even assessments, depending on your student, like if you're trying to dig into assessments, you can say, this was a tough, depending on the age, depending on the student, all of that. But you could talk about it with your students. Like, this was kind of tough for you. What do you think was hard about it? Were you tired? Was it too fast? Did you understand what they were saying? Like, what do you think was going on? And kind of get your students to kind of reflect on those things and talk about those things. And that also will, again, we are giving our students the power, right? We are giving them ownership in their education and in this paperwork and in what's going on with them. So that is my hack.